What's up, all you lovely people? I wanted to talk about the Crow reboot some more. I know I just made a video on it yesterday, but done a lot of soul searching, a lot of introspection, looking within since then. And I've also watched the trailer a fuck ton of times. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all. The more I watch it, the more I dig it. I'm gonna be completely transparent with you. I dig the trailer. I'm not changing my opinions on the appearance of William, not William, Bill Skarsgård's character. Here's the thing, though. Bill Skarsgård is a damn fine actor. He can do it. I know he can do it in terms of acting, in terms of presence. It's just, and I'm not going to harp on this too much because that's not what this is about. He's just not Eric Draven. That's the thing. I'm going into this thing saying that's not Eric Draven. That's not Shelley Webster. Because if you do that, if the creators have had half a mind, they would have just said, okay, we're not making this Eric Draven and Shelley Webster. Because if you do that, 90 to 95% of the complaints about this are null and void. Because you don't have to live up to the original if you're not trying to be the original. And they might say, we're not trying to be the original. If that was the case, you wouldn't use the characters from the original. There's already been 3 sequels to The Crow, and you know what they didn't do? They didn't use the characters from the original. With the mythos of The Crow, if you don't know, once a person dies, and they say this in the trailer, and I'm kind of paraphrasing it, but according to the original source material by James O'Barr, once you die, a crow will carry the soul from the land of living to the afterlife. Sometimes something so violent happens that the crow brings you back, and it gives you immortality for you to become an avenger and set right the wrongs that were done to you and a loved one. And I want to briefly pause right there to just to say this, bro. Their death was nothing special. Like, I hope there's more to it because they get suffocated by a plastic bag. That's not a horrific death. Like, yeah, it's a death, it's a murder. That's a run of the mill murder. If you've seen the original Crow, he had a reason to come back. That Eric Draven had a reason to come back. If that's all that's done to them, that's fucking vanilla. That's watered down. And I'm not saying there has to be an SA scene in the movie for it to be the case, because there's several other sequels that you don't have that. But that's not a violent death. It's a murder, sure, but it's not a violent murder. They get suffocated. You want to talk violent murder? I believe in the third Crow movie, the second sequel, the third movie, the woman is stabbed 52 times. That's a violent murder. They're suffocated. This is neither here nor there. With that being said, with that mythos being the case, it doesn't have to be Eric Draven. The Crow can bring back any person. The reason these complaints are happening is because they decided to say this is Eric Draven, and the people who know the Crow are like, no, the fuck it ain't. That's not Eric Draven. This is Eric Draven. This is not Eric Draven. This is Eric Draven. If they had half a mind to think this through, they wouldn't have done that. But like I said, rewatching the trailer as much as I have, and I've watched audience reactions or trailer reactions. I've read through comment sections on YouTube. I've looked at comments on Twitter/X, Instagram. I'm in the majority. My opinion yesterday was in the majority. I would say 90, and this could just be the people I've seen react to it. 90 to 95% of people are like, this doesn't look good. There are people who are excited about it, and I'm glad about that. I'm excited about it as a run-of-the-mill, straight-to-Netflix action movie, because that's what it looks like. It does not have the vibe. It does not have the tone. It does not look like a Crow movie. And that's okay if you're not comparing it to the first one. So that's what I'm doing. I'm watching this like that's not the Crow, you know? It's just a bird following around Proto Joker. That's what it is to me. And you know what? If you do that, it's a damn good movie. But I was thinking to myself, and I knew it was me talking because I recognized my voice. Maybe I'm just very nostalgic for 1994's masterpiece, The Crow, starring Brandon Lee. Maybe it's not as good as you remember. So I said to myself, self, and I knew we were still having a conversation because I recognized my voice. Maybe you should just rewatch 1994's masterpiece, The Crow, starring Brandon Lee. So I did, and guess what? It wasn't just nostalgia. It's a fucking epic movie. Like the mood and the atmosphere and the tone and the vibes and whatever the fuck else you want to call it is just, it's chef's kiss. It's perfect. There's a scene, like one scene in particular, where it's like the sun's coming up and fucking Eric Draven, the real Eric Draven, this Eric Draven is on the rooftop playing a guitar, and it's just all dark around him, and the sun is casting a silhouette around him, and it's just, oh god, it's so beautiful. And the score in this movie, it's perfect. And something hit me because there's a part in the trailer for the remake that when I watch it, there's this one part I'm like, I don't feel anything there. And it's supposed to be I'm thinking like a badass moment, because that's the thing. Like, I don't get feels from this trailer. I just get badass moments. And I'll give you this. It is just a trailer, but it just looks like I said, a straight to Netflix stupid action film. And that's okay. But there's a similar part in the movie, in the original movie. And when I saw them, I'm like, I have to compare these two because they're the same situation. And I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to show you. First, we're going to watch the clip from the trailer.
And killed you.
Yeah, you did.
And killed you.
Yeah, you did.
All right, y'all see that? Like, it's just flat. You get no feeling from it at all. And like I said, I think it's supposed to be like a mic drop, like a badass moment. Like, yeah, you did. Now I'm killing you. Pew, pew. But there's nothing there, right? There's no feeling to it. There's nothing behind it. Even the guy who's like, hey, I killed you, didn't I? Bro, aren't you supposed to be dead? There's nothing there. But let's compare that, because once again, this is supposed to be a remake, so you're inviting the comparisons by making it a remake. Let's compare that to this scene when this guy realizes, hey, this is the dude I killed.
I know you. I know you. I knew you. I knew you. But you ain't you. You can't be you. We put you through the window. There ain't no coming back.
Yeah, that's the Crow. That's the Crow. Like, there's so much emotion there. There's so much going on in just those few seconds. And that, to me, perfectly sums up the difference between the original and the remake. It is, and I know you can't wholly judge the remake on this trailer, because first of all, trailers can be cut to look bad, to look good. They can be cut to be misleading, but that's all we have right now, and that's all we're going to be able to judge it on until the movie comes out. But just comparing it, that's the difference in my head. It's like this is just a remake. It's a clone of this one for a modern audience, and it's just going to be, and I'm not calling a modern audience stupid, but it's just going to be stupid, action-packed, gory, bloody fun. And there's nothing wrong with that, unless you're trying to be that, because that is better. If you can watch those two clips and honestly say the remake clip is better, good on you. I hope you enjoy the movie. But I think it's an easy choice between the vibes from these two movies, which is better. And that's all I wanted to say. Like I said, I'm actually really excited for the movie. I'm just not gonna go into it thinking that's Eric Draven and Shelley Webster. I'm gonna completely take those characters out of my head, and it's just like I said, it's Proto Joker with a pet bird. That's what it is. And if you do that, I think you enjoy it a lot more. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. With that, I love you all. Have a great, safe weekend.
Oh. I hate goodbyes.